All right, Jason Gray, welcome back to the Jason Gray Show. Hope you're all doing well. Let's talk about solar panels. And are they a good thing or a bad thing? And we're talking about the state of Washington right here. We're not talking about other parts of the United States, but let's just talk about Washington State in general. And I've had experienced this on previous deals. And honestly, I really need you to think about the long-term financial, repercussions of buying solar panels. And I want you to look at a couple things. And I'm going to just sort of list off a couple of things just off the top of my head on things that I would think of and worry about and look about. So, number one, what's the cost of the solar panels, right? How much do you save per month, and where's that break-even point on that money? And are you financing it or paying cash? So, on the mortgage lending side of things, if there's an outstanding loan from the seller, there's two options. One is the seller pays it off at closing and loses the rest of that money, or the new buyer comes and assumes it, but they got to be able to qualify for it. So there's a lot of paperwork that's involved, and it can complicate things. So in my personal opinion here is a couple things. What's the condition of your roof currently? When do you have to replace the roof? Do you feel comfortable putting solar panels on your roof that's going to create holes in your roof? And then what is the input of the energy that's coming in, and how much money do you save through that whole process? You really have to look at a financial deep dive on this. If you're thinking about putting solar panels on and you think it's going to add $30,000 worth of value to your house because you just spent $30,000 on the solar panels, you're greatly wrong. I mean, that $30,000 might only add $5,000 or $10,000, $15,000 in value to the property, at least in my personal opinion. So be cautious, be careful. Now, if it's a long-term play and you say, Jason, I plan on being in this home for 10 or 15 or 20 years, and this is going to recuperate the cost, of course, that's a no-brainer if you live in the right area with the right location, the house is directed at the sun in a certain area, and you get a lot of sun, and there's a financial benefit, great. But if you don't have all those things in place, in my personal opinion, I would do a hard pass. I just dealt with a client who had literally purchased solar panels less than a year ago, and they thought they would get that money back out of it. And unfortunately, they're realizing right now they're getting some money back out of it, but nowhere their original cost of investment on it. Now, technology is changing and technology is improving. And so just keep that in mind as well. Things are going to get better with technology, which will in turn create more revenue for yourself. They've got smart software on a lot of these systems where it sells back at certain times and then it fills back up at certain times in regards to how your energy usage is used. So think about that. Look at the whole details. Get a second opinion by 2 or 3 different solar panel companies when you get a quote. I'm assuming there's some pretty big tax incentives through the Inflation Reduction Act. So look at what those are. That could be a big benefit. Look at that for like an AC unit or a furnace as well. They're offering some pretty big rebates right now. So if you're looking to do some capital improvements to your property, look and see what type of incentives there are for you right now. But solar panels, be cautious, be careful, tread lightly. I've seen more problems than benefits on sales. So keep that in mind. If you have any questions for me, comments, you think what's great or bad about solar panels, let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.